So, welcome to another video. My name is Daniel and I know it's been a while. It's been a while because I've been really busy this couple of weeks and I had a PC that all my files went erased, so the last video was supposed to be posted, but I had problem with my PC. I had to reinstall Windows, and then some family things came up, so I have been focusing on that, and I had to do a lot of work just here at home, throwing all things and such. And the vacation, the Easter vacation just came, so basically I haven't had time to post any video. Though I try twice. Once I forgot a couple of items. I forgot a couple of items at home, so I couldn't do that when I was at the cabin. Though I tried though. So it's getting close to the Across Norway expedition, and one of the last videos I have to do is to show the camera pod. Then I'm gonna do another one with the miscellaneous items. Actually, I think I'm gonna post, go and get those as well. I picked up the Hilltop packs. Fanny pack that is made in Dyneema. All of these items here is actually made on Dyneema, as well as my pack. It's very thin though. This is a bit more thicker, so can withstand a bit more of pressure. So basically I'm going to use this on the Camino Santiago, as well as this thing and this. Okay. So the reason I'm throwing the fanny pack inside here is because probably I not need to show the shit kit, but the fanny pack. Oh, there are the socks I was searching for. Okay, so these are the long crew Injinji socks that I'm going to wear on Across Norway. I don't know why they were there, but I was looking for them. So one of the two items that's gonna be inside my fanny pack is my drone. And my drone, I've been back and forward recently to this is the Mini 2. I think they actually come with the Mini 3 now these days as well. That's typical. Always when I buy something, I'm a bit too late to the party, so the update. So I went down from the DJI Mavic Pro Zoom that I have, because going from the Spark, the DJI Spark, the last generation mini drone they have, I was feeling that I was using a lot of the drone, and I think I figured out about the time when I had the money that perhaps I should upgrade to a better drone, a bigger drone. But to my surprise, I actually didn't use the drone bit because I was taking a break from YouTube, and it's just too heavy. It's 900. Well, it's not too heavy to be a drone, but when you are carrying a lot of things in the outdoors, you really want to be as light as possible. And the Mini came out, the Mini 2. I actually won the Mini 1 on a giveaway, but actually I turned it down. I don't need that, and another person can have it. But I turned it down because Mini 1 didn't have 4K, but the Mini 2 has 4K. So it's super small. I have the registration and everything, and I had to pay the insurance now, I believe, but it's good enough drone. It doesn't have sensors on the side. That this is a thing that I wish it had, because Normally I use the drone with a lot of trees are surrounding me, so I would like to have some protection from that. And I chose the Mavic Mini 2 also because of the battery. The battery was pretty little and very different compared to the big smart batteries that the Mavic 2 had. And one of the biggest features of this little drone is that you couldn't do with the Mavic 2 Pro is that with the battery needs to be separated from the drone when it is stored. So I put it on here, barely weighs anything, and if you have the power bank, you actually need to recharge the drone every now and then, just so you know. That's one of the things they actually mention on the certification for drones that most people must have, including this little one as well, is that you can charge this on the go. I can just take the power bank and charge this drone directly on the field, and that's a big pro compared to the previous Spark that you couldn't do that, and the Mag 2 Pro Zoom you couldn't do that as well. So that's a big pro for me getting the Mini 2. So 4K is smaller, and you can charge it on the go. But the fourth, perhaps most important feature for me that I was experiencing on both of the previous drone, and that could be fatal if you are not paying attention and you don't know what to do, is that the previous drones with the last controller, it actually lost connection many times. So it was something that the previous controller had that was very bad. So DJI figure out that they will make a bigger controller here, and it's heavier than the previous, but it's much more stable than the connection is much more stable than it used to be before. I cannot remember the specs on that because I don't really care. I'm not super technical on everything. I think it has a Wi-Fi connection now, and it works much better. So that's a big pro for me getting the Mini. So the Mini is gonna be in this little pouch that I have here from I don't know what inside there, and it's going to be inside the Fanny pack in front of me, just so I keep it in front of me to pick it up quickly if I can. If I know I'm going to a national park, because I think there are two in between on the national park on the across Norway, then I cannot use the drone. It's not allowed to use the drone in national parks in Norway. So I need to put it on the camera pod that's going to be on my back instead. And I'm going to free some space here and perhaps use only the backup camera or the main camera that I have for filming instead. So that's the plan, but there are some spaces where I'm going to use the drone, and this is also especially in mind when I'm going to do El Camino Santiago. I'm going to film around where it's allowed in some of the city where there might be some people, and I'm going to film do some overviews of the city or the places, and I don't really want a nice noisy loud drone that irritates a lot of people. So that's a big pro for the Mini Pro. Taking in mind I'm going to do El Camino Santiago, so many of the things I mentioned now I'm going to use in Camino Santiago as well. Well, there's another possibility. I still have the 360 one Insta360 One X camera. I did use in the last expedition, and this is a great alternative to use on the places that you are not allowed to use a drone. So I might bring this on. I'm sure I'm probably gonna bring it on Camino Santiago. I might bring it also on across Norway, because really doesn't take any space. So this might actually be added here. So I'm gonna keep it here instead of storing it at home just in case. Okay, so that was the drone. Okay, I'm filming on the GoPro now. On the GoPro camera, I haven't been really satisfied with that, and most of the reason that I'm not using the GoPro 7 that is because the battery is practically crappy, and I only use the GoPro on situations where there is a lot of water involved. If I'm doing a diving or pack rafting or fishing, I'm probably gonna bring the GoPro with me. So it's a good secondary camera, but that's not gonna be going with me in the across Norway. So this is my main camera. I've been having this. I bought it new for the expedition. It actually have been broken twice since then, because this is my main tool I use for working with YouTube all the time. I move this camera a lot. I think sometimes it fell down, sometimes I'm too fast, and it's a great camera because it's a Micro Four 4 from Panasonic G9. It's very cheap. It gives a great footage in my opinion. I'm planning on upgrading this as well because the LCD is kind of getting wrecked. But I really love this camera. It's very good. It has double graphic card, so I can film a lot of 4K on those. I think I might bring a couple of more just to film a bit more. Memory cards. I have a couple of old ones here as well, the 32. I might bring those as well, so I'm gonna keep it here so I don't forget it. But basically the ones that I have are very fast, and basically I don't have I have a lot of space to do a lot of filming. Sometimes I just film things, I just keep it stored in there. So it had 4K. I use it on the best setting. I push this camera to the limit. But battery depleted pretty fast when you are using 4K, so I have 3 of those. And a dual charger. Let me see. 1, 2. And I have a crappy third-party dual charger someplace here, I think. Yeah, there. It's not super good because I think it's old. It doesn't charge I think you order for China. It doesn't charge fully, but it does have micro USB. I think the new ones actually have USB-C, but I'm not gonna order a new one for this because I'm gonna use this one anyway. So basically when I'm at the albergue, so a cabin, or perhaps I use the power bank here, I just power up these batteries in here. You can actually charge the camera as well because it has a USB-C, I think, there. But the problem is that the cable it's big and clunky, and I really don't want to bring it when I can actually charge this anyway. So I'm using one and charging a couple of batteries. So you have slow motion, you have a lot of features in this camera, but I'm gonna try to experiment a bit more again with the slow motion and do more cinematic moves with it. I haven't done that. The reason I wanted to bring it as still and true to life footage, but I might change it on across Norway. So I don't know. It's a creativity plan that we need to think about. The lens on this is pretty good as well. This is the Leica 25 Lumix 25 millimeters. It has a filter from Gove. I think they are called Urv now, actually. It's an ND filter and a UV filter, so it's pretty good when it's very, very dark. If it's not too dark, I want to remove this instead. And the lens cap is a silicone plastic one that I keep here. This normally goes on my shoulder, or this falls sometimes out when I keep it like this. And I can quickly pick this up and film. And I move this camera a lot. I need to fix this lower part because it's always getting loose. So I need to figure it something on it or change it. Okay, one of the microphones that I normally use is the Röde microphone. This is the second one I have. I have the old one gone broken, the stand gone broken. And I changed this recently because I'm using a microphone at home when I'm gaming or doing voiceovers and edits. I'm using this microphone at home because it's so simple, so I just keep it at home as a backup. And I changed it recently. The one that is on me on feel is the DT dual stereo phone. And this is practically the same as the other one. The only difference here is that it has a microphone here and it has one microphone on the back. And you can choose from stereo to mono. So when I'm talking like now, I should actually exchange it to, so I only use the microphone forward, because otherwise you are only gonna hear the video on one ear when you are listening on the PC. But when you are on the field and you want to capture more sound, stereo, like nature sound, you can turn on duo and it's gonna pick up sound behind the camera and forward. So this is a pretty cool, and it has the dead cat. And it has an input as well here and an output. So probably you can even use more microphones on this. And it's practically the same thing that the other one. It's a bit more bulkier than the Röde, but it's pretty lightweight, and I really like this microphone. It's practically a bit of an upgrade from the Röde, but the Röde does the same thing. So just put it in here with the AUX cable or 3 millimeters, and there we go. So I have it on a clip here, and I'm gonna be the one that I'm mostly using the camera, the drone, and that. These are some replacement, a little screwer for the propellers of the drone. So if one of those get broken, I have a spare in this little box that we actually follow with me. This is not the Fly More, it's the regular edition, because I'm only using one battery anyway. Okay, so I mentioned I could use the GoPro or the Insta360 as a backup camera. I have a backup camera because I don't like to use my phone. My phone is really not, the cat phone is really not a very good phone to film in this. I don't really like to use phones as I think you get lazy when you use it. Pick a bad sound and a lot of space on the phone. I had to use it once on a video, on the survival video, because my camera battery went down on this. But this is mostly because this phone is mostly because it's durable, it's weather resistant, so the battery doesn't go down. It's a backup when I need an emergency or something like that. And I can check the GPS on my hotel tickets and flight tickets. That this is only the reason I use the phone is mostly because family or tickets or bank or whatever, entertainment. So the backup camera is gonna be the DJI Osmo Pocket 2. And I bought this second-handed, and I already lose it to the ground once, so the gimbal got broken, but I managed to fix this. And the Pocket 2 has a very good gimbal. It's practically the same as the drone. The gimbal on this is very good. You can take very good cinematic camera from this app, and I'm gonna give this mostly to my wife, hand it to her so she can capture a different angle from when I'm filming with this or the drone. So if my wife just uses her time, I'm gonna pick it, film, use as you want, say to something with the camera, or it's just to have another point of view. And it's also a backup camera that can be charged with USB-C in case the main camera fails. Or if I lose this lens to the water, I'm screwed. So we need to figure out how to film it, and this will be my backup camera. I think it films a bit better than the GoPro. It captures sounds 360 as well, and the image is pretty good. This is what I don't like with the Insta360, that sometimes it's mess up with the image. It feels the fisheye effect it kind of screw up with the image, and I don't really like to use this as much. I really like to be as realistic as possible, maybe with some cinematic effect. But this is a good alternative when you are using the drone, because you can use a stick to elevate the camera quite a lot actually, and it picks up the whole the whole 360 and kind of makes a glove on it, but you don't really want to use this all the time, just some footage. Right, so I have a separate plastic stand that the GoPro is actually standing on now, but this has a bit more features than the other one there. This is gonna be one of my tripods where I can put the Osmo Pocket to the ground, or perhaps even my bigger camera. I can also attach it here. It's not super elevated, and that's the big downside of using a tripod like this on a camera. I'm not sure why I cannot fit there. I need to be careful because this is plastic, and normally I should screw this on. Maybe I think one thing is missing, so I can actually put this here, and it's gonna be my small tripod. Yeah, I'm not sure why I cannot screw this. So this is an extra part in metal, and this is plastic. I can also use it with this camera here. I just need to be careful with this, but this might flip over and screw up the gimbal again. With this stand, you can actually attach the camera to a tree. I don't think gonna be a lot of them on the Across Norway expedition, but you can actually use this Velcro here to attach the camera to the tree, so you can get a bit, and you can put this on follow mode. If you are careful, you can put this on follow mode, so it actually is, you can see it actually tracks you your face. So this is cool with the gimbal DJI camera, but you need to be careful. It's not an action camera because it cannot withstand any form of hit or losing to the ground or something like that. So that's one of my tripod. I have also a secondary idea, and this is the piece that is missing. Okay. So this piece here is a 3D printed from my friend that has his business doing a lot of 3D printing. You can actually order it from me if you want it as well. For Raimond that has been on the videos, to make me a couple of those, and find the screw, because the screw is very difficult to find as well. Bear that in mind. And you can put a couple of walking poles and another walking pole that I need to be for my wife. So this is gonna come with me on the Across Norway and El Camino Santiago. This is a very, very good alternative to have a tripod when you need to, when there aren't any trees at all, and you want to take a picture, a selfie, and you are not carrying a tripod like this. This is great to have with you, but the only downside of this, even with the Peak Design carbon tripod, is that it's super heavy. It takes a lot of space, and this can actually get you blisters as well. So the way I reduce that is to only bring this carbon fiber tripod and a smaller on plastic. And I just need to keep the camera stable, though it has some stabilization as well. But the more stable you can get the footage, the better. Okay. Inside this little pouch here, you have the Anker adapter. This is the thing I put into the walls when I have the possibility to charge the power bank. I need some kind of a adapter. But this is actually a bit different from the other ones. This is an old version that I don't think you can actually get anymore. And this has actually 5000 milliampere. So it's actually a power bank as well. So 5000 here, and I have 10,000 here. This is lighter than this one, but I figure I could probably bring the small Apple charge, this one. I could probably only bring this one, but then again I don't have the 5000 milliampere here, and this actually charges faster than this one. So this is gonna be my power. So I hope this is called the Power Core 3 Fusion 5K because it has 5000 milliampere of power. So hopefully this is enough for the whole across Norway, and probably enough for El Camino because I'm gonna have albergues anyway with power. My wife's gonna have another 10,000 just in case as well. Okay. I'm gonna put this inside here as well. This is the Vanya USB type reader because I recently found out that when I'm coming from across Norway, I have 2 days to edit the videos in a cabin without internet, so I need to bring my old laptop and try to edit some of the footage there. Because I'm heading to another place when I'm finished with the expedition, so I probably need to do some work at the cabin, and I'm gonna try to bring this reader to see if I can edit something on the laptop and immediately upload to the internet when I have the chance for it. Okay. Memory cards, already talking about that. It's a bit heavier. I might try to drop this and find some smaller cards. So I changed one of the watch that I have, was the Sunto Hunter Core watch that I really liked. And this is the Phoenix 5 Plus. It's an old one. I bought it second-handed. I'm barely using it right now because this plastic here, it irritates my skin. It's a super good watch. Nothing wrong with it other than I might need to change this thing here, and the battery kind of sucks on the 5 Plus. So that's probably the reason the other guy did upgrade it. So I'm not using any watch, I'm just using my phone, and I'm gonna bring this watch with its charger on the expedition, because this is mainly what I'm going to use on my navigation. I have the route already installed here, ready to go, including El Camino. The only thing I need to do is just power it up and put it on me and ready to go. It's not my main navigation tool, because my wife's going to carry the map. She not that I'm bad with navigation, but she needs a bit more training on that, and that's what she's going to be carrying that map. I'm not going to carry that. So if she gets lost, she has some kind of navigation, and I have some kind of navigation. The watch is good also because it tracks your movement, and you can actually point at when you came home as well. You can analyze your route. yeah, that basically it. It also is also connected to the Garmin and Reach Mini that I'm also going to be carrying here. So it's kind of linked together, and that's a good thing. I will probably upgrade this in a future when I have the time or money for it, to the newest edition. But basically, I'm not interested on spending a lot of money on a watch right now. But maybe will when the time comes. Okay, so this is the Hyperlite small. I move this around a lot of my videos depending on what video I run on, and try to add things like the macro lens, the fisheye lens sometimes, the V-logging lens, and the one lens that I was hoping to bring with me as well is the big one, 100 to 300 millimeters, but it's super huge. And regarding the last expedition, I didn't use it too much. I'm not very much a photographer, so I'm trying to hope my luck that I don't need it, just to save some space, because we are going to walk a lot. I did learn a lot from the last expedition. Okay, inside here I have the little Dyneema pod. Here's where I keep the little things, the cables and stuff. So I have the cable for the watch that is, it should be, I need to figure out another type of cable, USB-C connection or something, because carrying a cable for the watch is a stupid thing, in my opinion. I have a normal USB to USB-C cable, and I have a fast charge USB-C cable. This was a bit issue before I got the this power bank here, because this power bank has a special USB-C connection, and the reason is the last power bank that I have, that all crappy one, don't have that. And that's why I started filming with the mobile. So this cable here is a bit faster than this one. So I'm gonna bring those, and that one, and a small micro USB. I think the InReach Mini actually needs to have this little cable here. So this is for our GPS device that is currently down there. I think this lamp here as well, this head torch, this also uses micro USB, so it's also for this one here. This is the Litra torch, because the old one that I have when I use for filming, basically what this is trying to do is recreate that big one there. And in Norway it gets very dark, and when it's dark you get bad footage. So this is basically what this lamp does. Is a bit more solid than the plastic has. It gives good light, and it's also actually magnetic. So it gives some possibilities. Sometimes I don't even use it, but this is gonna go with me anyway. I have some anti-moisture for the Dyneema, so the battery doesn't get moisture and try to defect on you. Sometimes it does. I have something for cleaning the lens from the camera. An extra Peak Design thing. I might just exchange it right away, because I don't like this one getting loose all the time. And I have some miscellaneous smaller items there as well. See, I need to actually secure this with a tool. I'm gonna do that very soon. Another torch. I thought this was going to be a good filming light, but the battery on this actually depletes pretty fast on the. It's always get really fast, and it's also USB-C, micro USB, but it's extra light for having in the tent or something like that. It isn't as bright as this filming light. It's more warmer light. So I have those. These are rubber tips for the walking poles. I haven't really installed them yet. I actually using some other cover. This is some liquid to cleaning the glass as well, in case it gets really dirty from rain or something. The last item I have on this little pouch here is the happy plugs. These are also powered with micro USB, so it's actually 3 or 4 items now. Just for hearing sound, music or something like that, doesn't take any space. Alright, so that's it there. I have the torch as well. So I have actually 3 lights here. This is my main torch. This is for walking. This is gonna be with me, even though I don't think I'm going to need those in a Camino or across Norway. I'm going to bring this just for filming, for camp, for tents, and yeah. My glasses, these are some new glasses. I'm barely using them, I'm just keeping it here for hiking, because I am terrible with keeping my glasses undestroyed. And then here is a shower cap, and the shower cap from a hotel is a fantastic, though this is waterproof or water resistant. I don't think the microphone is, so if it gets really rainy, this is actually going to protect the cap from falling and the camera from getting some wet. So even the LCD has some hole there, so this is going to be the protective item that I'm going to be carrying on the fanny pack to quick protect my camera if it gets really rainy. So if it fails, I have the reserve camera. So, and apart from that, my fanny pack, you have the wallet. In here I have a bigger metal wallet for the car, so it doesn't breaks when it's down there. I have a chipolo to find my items if they get lost or stolen. I don't know why I have this here though. And I thought, yeah, I have here. I have a cabin key for a cross Norway expedition. I have emergency blanket because we are going to the mountains. It might happen that it gets a bad weather or someone gets injured, and this is going to be the most warmer protection, so we don't take out the quilts in rainy weather or anything. We can actually use this disposable yeah. On the airplane I need to carry all this stuff, so all this stuff here is gonna be on the airplane with me on the cabin. Most of the things that are not pointier and I'm gonna keep it on this bag. This bag is going to be the thing where I have my camera, my drone, and stuff like that that might get broken. Camera equipment that might get broken on the bag or something. Most of the electric equipment is gonna be inside here. Perfect for towns, perfect for the airplane, and checking inside the cabin. So that's gonna be my my camera equipment, and that's basically it, guys. I think I mentioned it all. In the future, I will try to upgrade the camera, the Panasonic, because it's getting old from using it all the time. But as long as it doesn't break, I'm going to keep using this as my main camera. Superb camera. I wanted to actually upgrade to Sony, but I still have things like the fisheye lens that is good for some astro photography, though I can use one of the reserve camera for that as well. And yeah, I think that's my setup for the Across Norway and El Camino de Santiago. So I think I'm actually going to bring this on Across Norway, the Insta360. So I hope you like this video, guys. Hopefully I get to go camping really soon. I'm not allowed to actually make a fire anymore because the 15th of April in Norway is no fire now. I think it was actually an accident, no far from here as well, for somebody that wasn't good with fire, or maybe some kid, I don't know, when I was at the cabin. But hopefully I get to do some camping, and we receive the 10th Värn 1, so I can show you the last and final expedition. There's been a lot of people also taking contact with me for asking about the Värn 1 and Värn 2 that I have in prototype here, but they're going to change that in Norway, Nordtet. So see you soon for the next video. I think it's going to be my wife now, probably, or the Värn showing. So I'm going to try to keep contact with Nordtent and see how far they have come now with the tents. But they're probably sending to us in a bit. So see you next week, guys, and hopefully with some camping video as well. I've practically finished with all I had to do as well. So, and the weather is fantastic now these days, so I can't wait to get out now actually. So bye.